So I'll let you go on about what you were saying earlier about the Colorado shooter.
Well, the Colorado shooter, there was a lot of weird things with that, but none of it really made sense. The whole thing definitely seemed staged, but it was the whole question about his face. But he definitely the eyes in both of those pictures, the eyes really look
Suspicious,
same.
suspect.
I mean, they both look weird, but it was the same structure. There was a question about the actual nose of this person, you know.
Well, the nose does look different.
Big.
One of the arguments that I had was it's the before and the after photo. The photo of him before he was under mind control, and then him looking like the Riddler with his red hair after mind control. See, everyone's calling him the Joker, but to me, it looks like the Riddler. So I'm sorry about
He does look like the Riddler because the Joker had green hair. You know, the Joker never had red hair. I don't remember the Joker
ever
having
the Joker having red hair.
So, I don't know.
One other thing I remember about the Riddler. What happened to the Riddler after he got messed up by the computer system? He was in a catatonic state. Kind of like our shooter showing up in court, in these in and out moments of reality.
Well, there were two shooters, possibly.
Well, possibly
it
two.
Seems
that's
like
right.
There were two.
But we've heard witness accounts.
But nobody's placed him at the scene of the crime. Now they placed him outside, but I haven't seen. I mean, maybe they have video proof.
So where are you going with this? So you're saying that he was set up, that he was possibly dumped off as the Patsy, or was he the actual shooter?
I just want to look at the actual facts. Like was he ever seen there? Was he, or was it just a masked man that was seen there, or was it two masked men? It seems like it was probably two. Now some of the first reports that I heard were that he had kicked in the back door, which is impossible.
Right.
It is impossible.
Right, and we all know that's physically impossible. See, for anyone to kick in an emergency door,
but then
that's like kicking in a door that's a fire door, built to withstand, high temperatures, and it's a still door.
One-way doors. Even when you look at the photos of that scene now, there is no door. There's nowhere to go. You're not gonna kick it. You're not gonna bust it in.
Physically impossible, right?
Physically impossible. So the only thing that would make sense was that he came in and he left it open.
So
which to me also doesn't make sense.
Let me ask this question. So he came into the theater, bought a ticket, right? And after he bought his ticket, he went to the door and propped it open. Now it's alleged that this door was an emergency exit. The last time I checked, places like Walmart, even movie theaters, they have a written sign that says clearly on the door. So what I want to know is, does this door have an alarm? That hasn't been answered
Usually
yet.
those don't. No,
emergency exits generally do.
Those aren't emergency, but those aren't.
That's the question though. Was it?
That's just another exit.
Okay, so the official story we're told was that he propped open an emergency exit door. So that leads one to believe that it wasn't a regular exit out of the building. It was an emergency exit.
Maybe that's what they call them in the back. I don't know.
So question that. That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
If it was an emergency exit, we do know this, and an alarm will go off, and the fire department will show up, thinking that there's a fire.
But this guy had tear gas. This guy had.
So we get into even more conspiracy.
It gets really, really weird. He had all of these different guns.
What did the witnesses say about the tear gas? That it came from different directions?
That it came from both sides. So, if you've been in a movie theater, it's very, very wide. It's possible, I guess, that he was standing at one side and threw it to his left or whatever, and got the other side too. It's possible. I mean, you'd have to ask the people that were there. But
the witnesses there were saying that tear gas canisters.
We need to hear more from those people.
Tear gas weapons are going off on both sides of the theater. So again, like you said, either A, he threw it, or B, he ran very fast across the theater, or C, multiple suspects.
Yeah, I don't know, because it seems like nobody's really placed him there. Nobody's really placed him with the gun in hand. But that's a simple check too, because you just check his hand and
We'll check the
you'll be able
fingerprints.
to
Check. Okay, so what did the fingerprint analysis say on the guns? Have we got that yet?
I don't know. I don't know about
Have
that.
we seen that?
I haven't
That
seen
I'm very curious
no,
to see.
that.
So at this point, we still don't know.
Yes, and that's the strange thing, is that there's so much that we don't know, yet they're telling us everything that they think that we should know.
Right,
and that solves everything.
What else did they recently say? They said, do not question the official story. Everything that the
Well, that would be hard on the victims' families.
Right. Well, that
they always do that, you know.
Right.
No, the victims' families want truth. They
The
want to
victims'
find
families
out what
deserve
really
justice.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
deserve
don't.
truth.
You know,
They
I mean,
should have it.
yeah, that's just crazy. But so that's, you know, and then this is right next to Columbine. And that's,
Miles away.
Yeah,
miles
so
away.
that's
not
really
even
really strange too.
Not even an hour's drive away.
Okay, so
it's
probably
actually about maybe.
So from
What did
maybe
they say,
here.
30 minutes away. 30
Yeah.
minute drive?
Okay. 30-minute drive. Okay. I see. Maybe
15,
here to
I
like.
guess. I'm not sure. I'm not actually quite sure.
San
Man.
Jose or something.
I've heard different numbers.
Okay. Well, I mean that's really really close, and Colorado, you know about.
We know Colorado
You were just
is,
there, right?
Well,
you were
we know.
there
We all
recently.
know. Yeah. Well, we all know that Colorado is Spook Central, and yes, I was actually there. I seen the murals within the
Is it
Denver
is it
airport, and you know
creepy?
I've heard conspiracies going both ways. That no, there is no underground base.
Is there an underground base? You think?
There's definitely an underground train system.
There's an
that-
underground train
Well,
system.
that's how you get from terminal to terminal. So each terminal is connected in this underground tunnel.
Is it really underground, or is it just
No,
that,
it's underground.
that they built the whole
No,
thing?
it's literally
so
underground.
high? It's literally.
Yeah. So with that, there's
carved
you
out
know
the
there's other ports in that airport where you drive in and it's underground. So actual facilities that are underground that you can drive into. So what the conspiracy says is that the amount of dirt that was displaced to create these tunnels far superseded what was actually needed to construct what we know about.
So this is a pretty weird area that we're talking about
Totally
here. So we
Spook
you
Central.
gotta start there. Then we gotta start in that right before the whole Columbine thing. They were trying to pass some gun laws, right?
Right, and well, not only
And we
that,
have the same thing
well,
here.
here, just back on the Spook Central thing. And I'm not trying to stop
No,
the
no.
discussion about the UN gun grab, but we also have to look at Colorado Springs. That's another thing that's nearby. That's the Northcom, I guess you can call it, or what do they call it? Northcom, the continuity of government capital.
Wasn't that in a Terminator movie? One of the last Terminator movies.
Actually, yeah, they threw that in fiction, mixing reality with fiction, and they had they had Colorado Springs. So again, very close ties to the government, top level NSA, CIA, Spook Central, total
crazy.
Spook Central. But back to what you're saying about the gun grab, to me it asks this question: is it just a coincidence?
No.
Or hey, it just randomly happened 2 weeks before Obama has to vote on the UN gun treaty?